Our top story today on WION Dispatch comes from Pakistan. Islamabad has decided to recall its Iran envoy, dubbing Iran's deadly strikes as illegal and unacceptable. In addition, the South Asian country has suspended all high-level planned visits between the two sides. In a statement released by the Pakistan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Islamabad has called the attack unprovoked and a blatant breach of international law. It also said that it reserves the right to respond to this illegal act, and the responsibility for the consequences will now lie squarely with Iran. In order to assess the situation on ground, Pakistan's air chief is in Rawalpindi to meet the chiefs of other services.
Pakistan reserves the right to respond to this illegal act, and the responsibility for the consequences will lie squarely with Iran. We have conveyed this message to the government of Iran. We have also informed them that Pakistan has decided to recall its ambassador from Iran, and that the Iranian ambassador to Pakistan, who is currently visiting Iran, may not return for the time being.
Islamabad earlier described Iran's strikes as an attack on its sovereignty. 2 children were killed in the attack, while 3 others have been injured in the attack. Meanwhile, China has urged Iran and Pakistan to exercise restraint, seeing the tensions rising between the two neighbors. Now, according to the Iranian state media, the targeted bases were located in a region known as Khusabs in Pakistan's Balochistan province. The two countries share a sparsely populated border of nearly 1,000 kilometers. This area is also considered to be home to one of the largest bases of the militant group. According to Pakistan's foreign ministry, the illegal airstrike by Iran will have serious consequences. Pakistani officials are in contact with the Iranian government over the airstrike, further adding that they will discuss any possible response options once the investigation is complete. In an exclusive interview with WION's Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik, Pakistan's caretaker minister Murtaza Solangi spoke about how the country would further respond to the attack. Listen in to this big exclusive.
Given the history of cordial relations between Iran and Pakistan, it was a sad incident that happened yesterday. And the government of Pakistan, especially the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, has already responded. We have taken some measures, and we are assessing the situation. We are also in the process of investigation what happened and when, and who is responsible for it. As a sovereign country, we will defend every inch of our country. And as a civilized member of the Committee of the Nations, we will abide by national and international laws.
Thank you so much, Mr. Murtaza.
And now for more on this story, our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik joins us live from Islamabad. Anas, thanks for joining us. This is clearly a big flare-up in tensions. Iran justifies the attack as one being on militant targets. Pakistan says that it is an attack on its sovereignty, a violation of its airspace, and warns of serious consequences. I think the big question is, what could these serious consequences be?
Well, if history is to serve as a lesson, Priyanka, then the first step for these consequences or a military escalation is to withdraw diplomats or downgrade the diplomatic relation, and then things proceed. So by the looks of it, it is going in that direction. The reports in the Pakistani media have emerged that the air chief has held consultations, though there is no independent confirmation on whether this has happened, but the reports in the Pakistani media have said that the air chief has held consultations with the other services chiefs at the Joint Staff Headquarters in Chaklala Garrison in Rawalpindi, not far from where I am. And it seems that there will be some proportionate response from the Pakistani side, militarily speaking. We would get to have some clarity on that in hours to come as the day progresses. It's been a tough day here in Islamabad. There's been a lot of back and forth. The Pakistani side has now decided to recall its ambassador, at the same time asking the Iranian ambassador to Pakistan, who is currently on leaves and is in Iran, he's been asked not to return to the country in the wake of these missile attacks that Iran says were carried out on terror targets. Now, what is really interesting is that Pakistan has also suspended two meetings that were currently ongoing. First is the naval exercise that sort of remains suspended. The future of it or the fate of it remains unknown. The second was the joint border meeting that was ongoing with regards to trade. That has been suspended midway. The Pakistani ambassador in Tehran, Mudassir Tipu, is all set to return back to Islamabad tonight. So we would be expecting some flare-up in the intentions in hours or days ahead.
Priyanka. Right. Very quickly, Anas, just to follow up to that, the timing of this attack happening at a time when leaders from Iran and Pakistan were in fact meeting at the World Economic Forum in Davos. What does this mean for the ties ahead in the coming months?
Well, it's a definite downhill from here. That is a given because we recently saw that Hassan Kazemi Kumi was here, the Iranian special representative for Afghanistan. He was seeking Islamabad's support, and with the pretext that the interesting bit is the pretext. Iran says that it is targeting terrorists and that it has done so in 4 countries in the past 48 hours or so. But the main instigators, as in the words of the Irani side, were in Afghanistan. The Irani side alleges that ISK is in Afghanistan. They're yet to do any action on that. So the pretext to this is something that is really interesting and something that doesn't bode well with Islamabad and between Islamabad and Tehran relations. The reason we will be seeing or are likely to see an upscale in escalation and tensions in days, if not hours, in time to come. Priyanka.
Right, absolutely, Anas. Thank you so much for all those updates. We'll come back to you for more. This, of course, is a developing story. Thanks for joining us. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.